This is the last part of this module. In this part, we are going to talk about the built-in functions. Some of the built-in functions that SQL has is a count, which calculates the number of entries, sum or average, which calculates sum or average of all entities, max or min, which calculates the largest or smallest values as well. The average functions also return the average of a numeric column. So the syntax for it is that you put just AVG in parentheses, open parentheses, close parentheses. In the parentheses, you could have the column name that you want to find the average. So you can write select av, open parentheses, the column name from that table name. So let's look at the example. So this is our product table, which you can also see it on www.treeschools.com, the website that we are using. And so if you look at the product table, you can see that these are the product names. You have the supplier ID, category number, unit, and then the price. Let's say you want to find the average prices for the products. So you have one price 18, 19, 10, 21, 25. The SQL statement can actually find the average prices of the products. So how we write it, we are going to write select av, and then the column that we want to find the average for, price. And if you want to, the new column that's going to be created, you can actually write it as price average from product. So that new column is going to be called price average, which is going to show the averages for that product. So let's look at it on the W3 Schools website. Okay, so let's write this. So we wrote select average price, and this is going to be the new name for the column that's going to have the average price from products. And when we run it, you can see that this is the new column name that shows the price averages. So the price averages for those products is 28.8664. Another built-in function is count. So you will have count column name, and then the function will return the number of values. So we have select count, the column name, from the table name. So that's how we write select count from table name. So let's look at the order table for this example. So in this example, we want to actually look at the count statements for number of records for customer ID, which is equals to 7 from the orders table. So we can write select count customer ID as orders. So the new column would be called as orders from customer ID 7 from orders where customer ID equals 7. So let's write this and see what. Okay, so we will go back. I've just written this, so we can say select. So we can say select count customer ID as whatever the name you want to call it for the title of that. So I called it order customer ID 7 from order table where customer ID equals to 7. So you want to count the orders for the customer ID 7. So that's why I called this order customer ID 7. So you see that for the customer ID 7, you have 4 orders. So the count is going to actually count how many people have, how many orders customer ID 7 has. Let's look at another count. So in this example, when we put select count as number of orders from orders, we can see that maybe we want to find the total number of orders in the orders table. So this is going to be just the title of that column as number of orders from orders. So you want to count the total. So let's just copy. So we will just copy this statement again. And then we might have to rewrite it because sometimes the copy doesn't work on W3 schools. So we want to see the total number of orders. So select the star as number of orders from orders table. And you can see it would be the total of 196. So the total number of orders is 196. Let's look at another example for max function. So if we want to find the max, we will have the max, open parentheses, close parentheses, and then you can just use the select statement. For example, select max, the column name from the table name. So let's look at another table, the product table. So in the product table, we are going to have an example for the max function. So we want to get the largest value of the price column from the products table. So we want to get the largest value for the of the price from the product table. So we want to find out what's the largest value here. Right now, because we have only 5 records, we can see what's the largest value. But if we had, for example, 100 records, it would have been harder to find the largest value. And we want to call that column highest price. So let's look at the example, and we're just going to copy and paste this into the W3 schools. Okay, so we write select maximum price, and we call it the highest price. As you can see, this is highest price from products table, and that would be 263.5 is the maximum price for the products. So if we look at our products table, of course, we have so many records. So that statement actually found the highest value price from this table. Now let's look at the minimum function. The min function returns, of course, the smallest value of the selected column. So the syntax would be the same as max. Select min column name from the table name. And we can just do another example. Again, we are going to find the smallest value from the price column from the products table. So we can just copy this statement, select minimum price, and we want to call it as smallest order price from the product table. So we just copy that and we will paste it in. And we are going to write this, select minimum price, and we want to call it the smallest price order from products table. So when we run this, we get the smallest order price is 2.5. Another function that we want to talk about is the sum function, which returns the total sum of the numeric column. So the statement would be SQL sum, of course, open parentheses, close parentheses, and then we can say, for example, select sum, the column name from that table. So let's look at the order details table. So we want to find the sum of the column, that specific column that we want from this table. So we want to actually find the sum of all the quantity field for the order details table. So the quantity field, so we want to find the sum of all this. So right now in this example we have 5, but when we look at the W3 tables we have more records. So it's very hard to find the sum from this quantity table. So we can just use the built-in function, the sum, to find us the sum of this column. Okay, so we are going to write select sum as, and we want to call the new column as total item order from the order details. So we are going to go to the W3 websites, and we are going to copy this, and we are going to say select sum quantity as total items order from the order details. So and then so for the sum of the quantities, you will see the number is 1207 12,743. So if you look at the quantities, if you look at our order details table, the sum of this column will be around 12,000, the sum of this quantity column. And you see there are so many records, so it's so hard by hand to do it. So the sum function will actually do that for us. Okay, that is it for this part. So let's look at the summary, what we have covered in this module. First, we have talked about the SQL, which is a language that is being used to manipulate the relational databases. We talked about the basic form of SQL query, which is select from where. We also learned about different commands. One of them is create table command. Another one we used a lot in this module was the select, and also we use from, and also we use the condition where, and we have talked about compound conditions, which are being formed by combining symbol condition using either or both of the following commands, such as and or. Also, we have talked about sort command, which we use the order by clause. We have also talked about that we have two types of sort key, the major sort key and the minor sort key. We also discussed about built-in functions such as count, sum, average, max, as well as min. I hope you have enjoyed this module, and please feel free to email me if you have any questions regarding the assignment for this module or any other problems that you might have. Take care. Have a good day. Bye-bye.